Now we're nailing up OSB on that third layer. We put that up there so that we can lay the truss up against that and nail it off. And just for doing, we'll do 6 or 8 trusses, and then we'll put plywood on the roof, and that stabilizes the whole thing. But it's a lot easier than doing a lot of bracing and things like that. I'm into easy. Always be careful when you're around heavy products. All right, we're ready to start setting trusses. I'm going to back the lift in here, see how we go. So we got one side all sheathed on the roof. Guess we'll do the other side. And it's time to close in, cover up the rest of the roof to get it dried in case it rains again. Hasn't rained for a few days. All right, here's a little DIY, do-it-yourself kind of tip. We're going to be putting rafters up here. We've already done the main part of the garage, 30 by 30. It's a 512 roof pitch with a 1 foot overhang. So we're going to replicate that pitch and make the overhang the same so it looks the same as the trusses. I've already measured from this wall to the outside of this wall, and it's exactly 8 feet. So we're going a 512 pitch, which means if it was 512, for every 12 feet flat, you go up 5 feet. We're only going 8, so that's 2/3 of 5 feet, or 40 inches. So we're going to make it 40 inches plus what's ever left. We'll be cutting in a bird's mouth right here, so it will drop it. Whatever's left, we'll add that in height to the plate that goes across here to equal 512 roof pitch. Let's go inside and we'll cut out a template rafter just to make sure we're on the right page. Okay, so let's take a gander at this. 2x6. We're cutting the angle at a 512 on a speed square. You can see the 512. It actually comes out to 22.5 degrees. We'll set that like that. That'll be the first thing we do, is we'll cut that. Cut that angle, then we'll determine how far we've got to go that way. Okay, let's cut this guy. It might be a gal, I don't know. It's a stud. No, it's not, it's a rafter. Okay, so we're back outside, and as you can see, I've cut that at a 22.5 degree angle. I already went up and we measured what's left over. What will be left over from the bird's mouth is 5 inches. So if we're going up 40, we also have to go up 5 to make sure it's at a 512 roof pitch. So that's 45 inches, and Chad drove a nail in up there, so I have something to bump up against. Then we'll mark down here the bird's mouth. The other thing that we have to allow for is a plate that's going across the wall, and that'll be a 2x6. So that's going to change the bird's mouth cut. So I'll compensate for that after the fact. Right there. It's when you wish you had 4 hands or more. Okay, I'm all the way out there. 5 inches. Okay, we have a rough mark there. We'll go back inside and readjust for the plate. Okay, this is the mark that I made when we were outside. The bird's mouth, we don't want too deep. It's a 2x4 wall. Want to make sure that the bird's mouth stops before you get to the inside of the 2x4, so you don't have it sticking inside. So I made a mark on the bottom where the wall's going. We'll put that at 22.5 degrees. Okay. So that's where the bird's mouth is. However, we have to allow for that plate. And so the plate is going to push it this way. So we're going to move this back 1.5 inches. This is what we ended up with for a rafter. After doing a little whittling, carving, and whatnot, we have the 3.5 inch piece of, it's kind of a reverse bird's mouth because we ended up coming up higher here because I wanted to maintain a 2x4. So that we have a 2x4 subfascia that comes on here, and that sits up higher, so we had to cut it the other way. So now we'll use this one as a template, and we'll cut the other 4. Okay, we'll cut these up. Now we're going to nail this up. I'm going to go cut a subfascia for the bottom, put it together as one unit, and then we'll take it outside and put it up.